So friends, let's go a little lighter with today's legal development. Not that there's really anything you could accurately characterize as fun going on in Donald Trump's abjectly corrupt administration, but let's talk about Donald Trump's reflecting pool debacle, because there is a legal development, and it's one that Donald Trump may think helps him, when in fact it just exposes him as the complete and utter liar that he is. So friends, can we talk for a minute about Donald Trump's vanity project, painting the reflecting pool American flag blue? Do you remember when Donald Trump told us that the project would be indestructible? It would last for 50 or maybe 100 years. But don't take my word for it. Here's what Trump said, quote, "This will last for 50 years. You'll never have a leak. It's very strong. You couldn't, if you had a knife, I don't want to give anybody ideas. If you had a knife, you can't even cut it. It's so strong, so powerful. It's like powerful rubber." Well said, Mr. President. And then what happened? Algae blooms turned the reflecting pool into a Washington swamp with blue paint peeling off the bottom. And then Donald Trump changed its tune. It's not because he botched this thing from jump, giving a no-bid contract to, some flunky, some crony of his. No, that had nothing to do with it. It's vandals. Yeah, that's the ticket. Vandals cut a 350-foot gash in the liner. Trump was very precise about the length of the gash. It was 350 feet. Really, Mr. President? Well, how about we turn to some of the new reporting about what may have actually been found in the reflecting pool. This from the Associated Press. Headline, "Reflecting pool liner was cut with a sharp knife or razor, National Park Service says." So let me just reinforce that apparently somebody from the Trump administration said that there was a cut to the liner of the pool. Let's have a look at the reporting. A liner along the bottom of the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool was cut with a sharp knife or razor this month, causing damage to the foam sealant installed as part of a $16 million rehabilitation project, a top official at Donald Trump's National Park Service says. The U.S. Park Police responded on June 9 to a complaint by the Park Service, said Frank Lanz, Deputy Director of Operations for the Park Service. Lanz made the statement in a court document filed late Wednesday as part of a lawsuit filed by a nonprofit organization to halt the Trump administration's work on the project. His statement does not say when exactly the damage occurred or whether it was a suspected case of vandalism, and does not identify anyone who might have been involved. The police report indicates damage to the pool, including a caulk over the foam sealant that was cut with a sharp knife or razor, and destruction of delaminating surface material, Lanz said. The statements were the first time the Republican administration has offered specifics for when and how the reflecting pool may have been damaged after work on the project was substantially completed. President Donald Trump and other officials have repeatedly blamed, without evidence, unidentified vandals for peeling paint, as well as a, quote, 350-foot gash in the liner and other problems. So friends, when I saw this reporting that somebody named Frank Lanz, Deputy Director for Operations at the National Park Service, had filed a sworn statement with the court in the lawsuit that was trying to put a stop to this insanity that Trump was perpetrating at the reflecting pool, I thought, well, now we're going to see some hard evidence, a sworn statement, an affidavit. Yes, from a Trump employee who we all know Trump thinks he has the right to fire with or without cause any employee that, displeases him. But I thought, okay, at least now we're going to have some rock solid evidence. So I was expecting to read about a precisely 350-foot gash, right down the middle of the reflecting pool, because that's what Donald Trump assured us had happened. And then I read the affidavit submitted by Frank Lands. Here is what it says. I, Frank Lands, declare as follows. I am Deputy Director for Operations for the National Park Service. I have been in this position since May 2023. I have personal knowledge of all facts stated in this declaration, and if called to testify, I could and would testify competently thereto. The National Park Service recently completed over 2 months of renovations of the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool ahead of the U.S. 250th anniversary. The 2,000-foot-long basin was drained. A tinted polyurea liner on the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool was installed to waterproof and protect the concrete pool surface, and the pool was refilled with water. On June 9, 2026, after the rehabilitation project was substantially complete, the U.S. Park Police responded to an NPS report of damage to the reflecting pool, including a caulk over the foam sealant that was cut with a sharp knife or razor and destruction of delaminating surface material. The National Park Service plans to begin draining the reflecting pool following the Independence Day celebration to conduct repairs, including assessing and repairing any damage to the lining. Okay, there was apparently some damage, including a caulk over the foam sealant that was cut apparently with something sharp, knife, razor. Sounds like nobody saw it. Nobody knows exactly what happened. But most importantly, I'm looking for the evidence in the sworn statement that there was a 350-foot gash, right down the middle of the reflecting pool. And friends, this statement with that little bit of doublespeak in there doesn't say whether this apparent cut with a sharp object of some kind was 350 feet. Maybe it was just 250 foot. Was it a yard? Was it a foot? Was it an inch? Was it a millimeter? Friends, if there had been a 350-foot gash in the reflecting pool, as Donald Trump assured us it was there, that would have been blaring in bold, italics, underlined in the heading of this affidavit. Donald Trump truthfully tells the American people there's a 350-foot gash in the lining of the reflecting pool. The omission to tell us anything about whether this gash is 350 feet or, 3.5 millimeters tells you everything you need to know. It doesn't support Donald Trump's claim of a 350-foot gash in the lining of the pool. It actually undercuts it. See what I did there? Undercuts. Yeah. I'll be here all night. Friends, this affidavit is pure nonsense. Now, let me be clear. I am not saying Frank Lands, whoever he is, misrepresented anything. It sounds like he said, I saw something that appeared to be some kind of a cut with some kind of a sharp object. I didn't see who did it. I didn't see when it was done. I didn't see the object. I don't really know much about it, but I saw something there, and I'm simply putting in this affidavit and submitting it to the court what I saw. And I looked up who Frank Lands is, and at least on his LinkedIn profile, it says he's an Army retiree, and I appreciate and thank him for his service. But, as a Trump administration employee or official, the first thing I thought of is, they have to find somebody to say something that minimally supports what Donald Trump said, but really the omission about anything of significance regarding the nature of this apparent cut to something in the reflecting pool pretty much tells us everything we need to know. And the fact that people in the Trump administration are subject to the whims of somebody like Donald Trump firing them on a moment's notice, or as a military retiree, maybe Pete Hegseth trying to yank somebody's retirement or bust them down in rank for saying something that might displease dear leader, you know, that must be an incredible burden to carry and pressure to contend with when you, for whatever reason, choose to continue to align yourself or be part of Trump's administration. And friends, let's end with this. You know, anybody can submit a statement to a court, but it was renowned legal scholar John Henry Wigmore who said these kind of statements aren't worth much until they have been cross-examined. Specifically, Wigmore said something that is often quoted about the value and importance of cross-examination. He said, "Cross-examination is the greatest legal engine ever invented